Bloody, yeah. Hi, guys. Can't did it. Right, let me just put some more hot water in this coffee. So we're live. Southwest UK. Sending out to Presley fans who want the truth. Got your coffees? I hope you guys got your coffees. Right, let's just give you a chance to hop on. Let me just tell everyone. So let me see if I can. Okay, let's go over and tell you guys. Let's see. Please join other live. Join other live. I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you. Yeah, typical. I went. Hi guys. Typical. I went live, and then the camera wouldn't work, guys. So I'm just telling everyone. I'm here, Louis. No. You need to go there. No, Ayisa. No, you need to join other live. Other live. This one is not working. This one is not working. Let's give. This is Louis. Is Louis. I am Louis. I am Louis. I am Louis. Okay, sorry guys. I'm just letting Ayisa know because she's probably confused because I've gone on there with my on my diet channel. Hi Blinky. Dear Deborah, lucky for me. I'll say to Pat now. Pat, jump over to the other live, please. Pat, jump over to other live, please. We're waiting. Other live, please. We're waiting for you. Okay. Elaine, hi Elaine. Elaine, are you new? Yes. Please come off. Pat, please come off. Right, Pat, please come off this live and join my other live. Okay. I'm sorry about this, guys. Really sorry. I know you guys have been waiting and just, it's just the joys of technology. For some reason, the camera wouldn't come on. That's all it was. So this is the only way we can do it. Pat, please come off this live and do it well. Let's just see if everyone's. So there's 17 of you on now. So I think most of you have jumped over. So let's look at the other live. Hi, I'm at the post office. Can't see your text, but I can hear you, Louis. Parcels posted. Angel, you're too kind. You're too kind. Thank you. So, Angel, you're so kind. We're all sat here drinking our coffee. Right, I'll quickly tell everyone that we're live on the Defending Elvis live stream and on the Defending Elvis Presley Facebook page. We're live. Okay, just quickly telling everyone. We're live now. Now, I saw a link came up the other day. Hi, Sandra. Right, I think all of you are on now. It's just Pat. I think we need to convince Pat that I'm who I am, because obviously I have a diet channel called Pat. When you join us, I have a diet channel called. I don't hardly ever use it. I only post on it once a month, and it's. Oh no, I'm not on the diet channel. I'm on the other one. So Okay, we're gonna wait. So, okay, okay. Restart. I'll just say restart your phone, and join the new live. I'll do that. That's probably the simplest way. Okay, right. Hi, Luan. Hi, Ayisa. Yeah, Ayisa, what happened was the camera wasn't working. The camera wasn't working. Hi, Lorna. Hi, Luan. We got Deborah and Blinky, Angel Eyes. Who else we got? We got Sandra. Elaine, let us know where you're from. Welcome to us. You know, welcome here at Defending Elvis Presley. Are you new or have we spoke many times before? So welcome, Elaine. Oh, so Sandra, you actually got notified. That's brilliant. How many of you got a notification? Shh. Okay. Right. I found something. I watched a video last night and I thought, all right, so Blinky didn't get one. YouTube there is a malfunction with YouTube. So we've got Elvis in the background next to the Christmas tree, of course. Right. So let me just. I found a site that talks about all of Elvis's. Where are we? Let me just find it. All the movies that Elvis could have done was offered, but Colonel Tom Parker either stopped him. Let's see if it's going to work. Right, the site is called, is it going to let me do it? There we are. The site is called Movies Elvis Presley Could Have Been In. So we're going to read through it. So the site is called IMDb. And I thought, oh, let's, instead of reading and talking about really serious stuff, I thought let's just talk about these movies and make this a movie live stream. I do want to do some more live streams about Mike Stone, and obviously we know that he's trying to auction off this video footage that we think that he shouldn't even own. Many of you feel that Mike Stone should just hand back the footage to Gracelands, to EPE, to the family. Mike Stone has come out with a few different excuses why he owns this footage. I'm going to be straight with you guys. Mike Stone shouldn't have that footage. Mike Stone should not own that footage. If he was an honourable man, hi Deborah. If he was an honourable man, he would hand that footage back to the family, because it's got nothing to do with him. The footage isn't Mike Stone. The footage is Lisa, Priscilla, Elvis. I think around 1970, 71. No one's really sure the actual date. And instead, he's trying to sell it. Now, you know, when it comes to Mike Stone, I am quite harsh. I have some very blunt, strong views about Mike Stone. Even I watched his interview again this morning. There's like a 48-minute interview with the channel Elvis the Ultimate. Oh, what's it called again? Elvis. Oh, I forget what it's called now. Elvis the Ultimate Fan Channel. And I listened to all of it. And you guys know that I think Mike Stone and Priscilla are just completely out of order. I think the damage they did to to Lisa is immeasurable. The damage they did to Lisa, dragging her from her dad, making her live in an apartment with a complete stranger. I just think that damage, the ramifications of doing that through her whole life till the day she died were very, very serious. We're talking serious damage here. So I listened to Mike Stone's interview, and basically he makes excuses all the way through it. Yeah. And he never regrets anything. The only thing he says, he only uses the word regret once. He says, I had regrets because he had a 4-year-old daughter, and Frances was pregnant. Remember when Priscilla ran off with Mike Stone, Frances was pregnant, and they had a 4-year-old daughter. Yeah, Mike Stone did with his wife Frances. He says, my only regret is, let me try and word this how he worded it. So he sort of says, with my regret with my daughter was made up by the closeness I had with Lisa, which I find very strange. It wasn't, oh, I regret breaking up my family, being unfaithful to my wife, leaving my wife who was pregnant with a 3-year-old girl. It was, oh, because Lisa Marie was also 3, I created a bond, a friendship with Lisa Marie that replaced my daughter. I just found that sentence quite weird, guys. I don't know, have any of you watched that? Yeah. Oh, hi, Linda. So, Linda, do you know the video I'm talking about? And I just found, Pat, you found us. Welcome, Pat. I really intently listened to that interview. I've listened to it about 3 times now. And he talks about how close he became with Lisa. He talks about, how can I explain it? Now, he calls it a closeness. Let me just talk about this. The reason I want to talk about this is because I watched it this morning. So he talks about the closeness that he had with Lisa, okay? But remember, this is a 3-year-old kid, yeah? I think Lisa's 3, yeah? So, you know what kids are like, guys? You leave a kid with any adult, yeah, at that age, 2, 3, 4, that sort of very, you know, the whole world, when you're that age, the whole world's a bit of a playground, isn't it? So if someone gives you a bit of attention and wants to play with you and is funny, you warm to them. So Mike Stone talks about this closeness he had with Lisa, yeah? And to him, it felt real. But no, guys, it ain't real. It ain't real. Now, remember the damage that was done, yeah? Think about it, guys. Let's try and put ourselves in their shoes, okay? So you've got this girl living with her father, Elvis, in Gracelands, loving life. It's very clear that Lisa absolutely loved her life. Loved it, right? I don't blame her. It's Gracelands. Come on. She's living with dad. She's very close to her dad. Obviously, mum's there. Now, at that age, you know, 3 years old, they're not really aware of the problems between Elvis and Priscilla, yeah? They're just in their little playground world, fantasy world. And then suddenly, out of the blue, yeah, Priscilla is like, come on then, we're going now. Because Priscilla, it was a very overnight decision. Once Elvis found out, and Mike Stone says this in his interview, once Elvis found out that she had been secretly seeing Mike Stone for a year, there wasn't a gap. It was like, I'm leaving tomorrow. Yeah? She packs all her stuff, takes Lisa with her. So it was quite a sudden thing. You could imagine the chaos in the home. Yeah? You could imagine how Elvis felt. Yeah? Humiliating, embarrassing, upsetting, shocking, you name it, all the words. Elvis, that's how he felt. That his daughter, who he worships, his only daughter, is walking down the driveway, getting in the car, packing their bags to go and live with Mike Stone, yeah, who is a complete stranger. Now, yeah, a 3-year-old girl will move into the flat thinking, oh, probably almost think that it's a game. When you're 3 years old, guys, it's a game, innit? You don't know. So then Mike Stone has turned, how can I say it? Mike Stone has turned this game, you know, oh, mummy's playing with a different man. Mummy's, oh, look, we've got a new home. She doesn't realize that she is being taken away, dragged away from her father Elvis. In her mind, oh, we're just visiting someone. Do you understand the world of a child? Yeah. But Mike Stone, he sees that, and this is where he gets it wrong. In fact, I want to get the video up. This is where Mike Stone gets it wrong. Yeah. Do you know what? Now I'm thinking about it, I think we will talk about Mike Stone in this. This is where Mike Stone gets it wrong. He sees the fact that this child, who's 3 years old, has, you know, finds him funny or finds the attention he gives her. He sees it. Oh no, we had this lovely 3 to 4 year relationship. Oh, our relationship together was really special. He says it in the interview. Yeah. And no, it wasn't special. It was, you dragged Lisa Marie away from her father and her home that she loved. Lisa loved her home. Yeah. You broke up the family. Remember, Elvis, Priscilla, not together. Now, Priscilla is the one that demanded the divorce, 100%. Remember, she'd been seeing Elvis, Mike Stone, secretly for a year. Yeah. Now, remember, guys, she's also has been caught being unfaithful with Steve Peck just after Lisa Marie was born, 10 months after the wedding. I know I've said it again and again and again. Right, Nancy, we don't talk about that, please. Nancy, we will not talk about that. Right, but Nancy, welcome. So guys, as I was saying, right, so what I'm trying to do is while we're all here together, yeah, what I'm trying to say, let me just 1 second, guys. Okay, right. Let's just have a look. Okay, sorry guys. Right, I'm going to try and stay on topic. So, do you get what I'm saying, guys? In Mike Stone's fantasy world, everything was great. Him and Lisa were really close. Everything was great. She really liked him. He talks about how they would hold hands and she would run up behind him and cuddle him. No, that's not how it was. That is not how it was. This girl in her fantasy world has been forced to live with a stranger. Yeah, that's what's really happened here. Priscilla has demanded the divorce. She hasn't given Elvis a choice. She's going. She's made up her mind. I want out. I think her words were, I wasn't prepared to get with the program or something like that. Yeah. So from Mike Stone's, let's see it from Mike Stone's point of view. Yeah. He, how can I say it? Mike Stone, let's get in his world. He's with Frances Stone. She's pregnant. They've got a daughter as well, and they're married. Yeah. So I'm sure everything was fine. You know, oh, everyone argues. Come on, guys. Everyone argues. So this is my point, guys. Everyone argues. Yeah. Priscilla comes into the scene. Now, we know from Mike Stone's interviews that she made a beeline for Mike Stone. She's like, I'm having Mike Stone. Yeah. So suddenly he's put in a position of, what's the word? He's put in a position where he's got Elvis Presley's wife, one of the most beautiful women on the planet at the time, in the 1970, around that, yeah, is pursuing him. You know what it's like. You fancy them. Men are pretty basic sometimes. They just think, yeah, you know, opportunity for sex. That's the truth, yeah. And Mike Stone, temptation has come Mike Stone's way. And it all goes out the window. He forgets that he's got a daughter. He forgets that his wife is pregnant. He forgets that he's married. All he can see is this stunning, beautiful, sexy woman that's married to Elvis, who also has a child, by the way. He sees an opportunity for sex. Come on, let's be honest, guys. Isn't it about that? Isn't that what this was all about? Priscilla saw an opportunity, a man that she fancied. Yeah, she saw a man she fancied. She got the hots for him. Now, there was an agenda, in my opinion. The agenda is this. Mike Stone has been very predictable. Yeah, he has an opportunity to have sex with a beautiful woman. Yeah, he feels very flattered. He isn't confident in the way he doesn't think he's good looking. He clearly admits in his video, in his interview, that he didn't think he was good looking. He didn't think he had much to offer. He couldn't believe that Priscilla, this beautiful woman who was married to the best looking man in the world, he couldn't believe that she was interested in him. Yeah, he says this in the interview. Okay, so he's very flattered. He's like overwhelmed. Oh my God, why does she want me? He says this in his interview, guys. Why does she want me? Why does she want me? Why me? I'm just a poor karate guy. Yeah, I've won a few championships. He wasn't really an instructor. That came a bit later. So he's very flattered. Now, she has a cunning plan. In my opinion, for entertainment purposes, she has a cunning plan. Her plan is, I've been caught. Elvis has found out. Now, you could imagine Elvis was going crazy. Elvis was going mad, humiliated, embarrassed. Remember, they'd only been married for 3 years. They had a small girl. Elvis knows if they split up, the family will break up and that she will take Lisa. In the 1970s, if you split up, the kids went with the mum. The kids went with the mum. Yeah? So, Elvis doesn't have a choice. He just has to take it. Yeah? And then pick up the pieces. He has to face the embarrassment, the humiliation, yeah, of Priscilla leaving, taking Lisa Marie, the girl, his daughter that he worshipped, moving into a stranger's home. Lisa Marie doesn't have a say in this. Lisa Marie is just a child. Whatever Priscilla decides, Priscilla will get, because Priscilla is the mother. And we know that in those days, the mother got the kids. So Lisa is the victim. In all of this, Lisa is the victim. She massively is the victim. Yeah? Whatever happens from then on, it will be Lisa that suffers. It will be Lisa that is altered, that her mental health is affected, her happiness is affected, her whole world has been ripped apart. She now is going to be living between the two homes. So whichever boyfriend Priscilla is with at the time, obviously it was Mike Stone then, and going back and forth to the different homes. So it's now a broken family because Priscilla insisted on a divorce. She did not give Elvis a choice. I know that he filed for the divorce, but no, Priscilla is the reason they divorced, because Elvis didn't believe in divorce. Elvis believed that a husband and wife should stay together. He had a Christian upbringing. He had old-fashioned ways, old-fashioned morals, and he didn't believe in a family breaking up. He felt no matter what's going wrong, a family should stay together. Yeah? So I agree. Mike Stone is definitely not good looking. Nancy, is that your comment? I agree. He's definitely not good looking. But I don't want to start throwing insults at people. But what I will do is try and expose from my point of view after watching quite a few Mike Stone interviews. And I'm annoyed as well at this video release, this video footage that Mike Stone has released that he's trying to auction for cash. I don't like that. I think he's out of order. But anyway, so I know I'm waffling, but this is my point. Mike Stone has a blinkered version of events. Yeah, I wish he would join us here on these live streams. Mike Stone, please join us, because I'd love to question you. Yeah. Now he talks about. He mentioned that Priscilla has never spoken about him ever in 50 years, over 50 years, ever. Yeah. He says that Priscilla goes out of her way to never talk about her relationship with Mike Stone. This is what he says in the in the interview I watched. The interview was only 3-4 months ago. Yeah. Now he says he doesn't understand it. Mike Stone says, I just don't understand why she never brings me up. I feel that we had a happy time together. This is what Mike Stone says. He says, I feel like we were happy. We had 3 to 4 years together. It was a lovely relationship. Yeah. Now, guys, I'm just going to play a little clip. Now, I think Mike is very blinkered. I think his view of the relationship that he had with Priscilla is very rose tinted. I think Mike feels that it was beautiful. It was a lovely romance. They had many happy times together. But I think Priscilla sees it in a different way. I think Priscilla, yeah, she enjoyed the new boyfriend, the new sex, the new life. Obviously, money was getting thrown at her by Elvis at that point because she could basically ask for whatever she wanted because she had Lisa. So Elvis was going to give her whatever she wanted. So she was living like a multi-millionaire. She was living the life of a celebrity. Yeah, she was finally in California, LA, whatever you want to call it. Now, my point is this. Mike Stone says, I just don't understand it. She never talks about me. In 50 years, she's never brought me up. Because I think Mike Stone's version of events is very rose-tinted, very extremely from his point of view. I think Priscilla saw it differently. I think Priscilla, she had a game plan. Priscilla was like, this is my way out. Yeah? Priscilla was like, this is how I leave Elvis. He's found me out. I'm caught. Uh-oh, I'm caught. Hands up. Like Elvis says, I plead innocent of all charges. Yeah? But the truth is, she was caught. She was demanding a divorce. She was going to play the victim. She was going to play the card that she is a prisoner. Yeah? A prisoner at Graceland. And she was going. She was going to get her money, take her child, go with Mike Stone. He was used as a stepping stone to the life that she wanted. Mike Stone even says this. Mike Stone even says that now looking back, he can see that he was used, that she had a game plan. She wanted to be a model. She wanted to do TV. She wanted to do movies. She wanted to do her business, you know, Biss and Bo and all that kind of stuff. And she was very ambitious, very career-minded. She had big plans for herself. Priscilla had big plans for herself. Yeah. So Mike Stone, he tries to rose tint it and say, oh, you know, we were so happy and me and Lisa were so close. And Lisa took my mind off my own daughter, who I betrayed, by the way. Lisa took my mind off my wife, who I was unfaithful to, who was pregnant, by the way. You get it, guys? So Priscilla has her game plan. Mike is being used. And when Priscilla has had her use of Mike Stone, she dumps him like that, literally like a rock. Boom. Don't need you anymore. And now I'm going to go and make movies, do some TV series, be a model, open some shops, promote fragrances, promote cars, whatever it is. Yeah. I don't need you anymore. I'll move on to the next man. Do any of you know can I just ask you guys, who was the next man after Mike Stone? Can I just ask you, was it Robert Kardashian? You know, the Kardashians. Right, I'm going to go through your comments in a second, guys. I just want to, I did record a couple of clips. Now, I've got a lot more to say, guys, because we're going to play some interviews. I recorded a couple of clips. And let me just see if I can find them. Now, these interviews were done. Let's have a look. So got Elvis the Ultimate Fan channel. And it says on here 3 months ago. But I thought it was more than that. But I'm going to play them. And then I'm going to read your comments. And let's have a look. Guys, look at Mike Stone now. What do you reckon, guys? Sexy man? Guys, all of your opinions on this man. I like his dog. His dog's beautiful. Okay, right. Let's have a look. So I warn you guys, we're going to be here a while. We're going to be here a while, okay? So I hope you haven't got any plans. Get yourselves a cup of tea. Get yourselves a coffee. I don't like the light on me. It's making me look pale again. Right. Let's sit back a bit. Right. Right, let's go back. This is what I did this morning. Okay.
She no longer enjoyed.
Right, I'm gonna play each clip. I don't remember what's on each clip, so we're gonna just play the clip, and then we'll go from there. Okay. Let's have a look. I think I recorded 4 clips. Right, it'll keep doing that while that door's shut. Right, let's have a look. Are you walking now? Are you? All right.
I mean, you do say in the book that she no longer enjoyed being Mrs. Elvis Presley. You know, the whole.
Yeah, it was not fun. You know, her initial, maybe when she was 14. Of course, 14, Elvis, my God, you know, for a teenager like that, he's the whole world. So you can imagine going to paradise or going to his castle, going to Graceland, and you think at 14, being very naive, but maybe very ambitious, that, you know, this may be my ticket into who I want to become someday, not realizing that she could never be allowed to be that person. Elvis would not allow it.
Right, okay. Well, I've got something to say about that. Let me just warm my coffee. What I want to do is read your comments, and then we're gonna go through it all, guys. But just a second. Okay, let's get me coffee. So, guys, this is going to be a long live stream. So, I hope you've got time booked. I was going to do the movie thing, but I changed my mind. I've now decided we're going to do a Mike Stone. We're going to do a Mike Stone one because it's too much on my mind. I think because I watched it this morning, it's quite fresh with me, guys. So I think we'll do the movie one another time. Okay, one sec. Right. So we're on 34 minutes. How is everyone this morning? How are we all? Okay, I'm going to read your comments, then we're going to start playing these clips. I've got a lot to say, guys, a lot. But let's just go. Right. Yes, so Linda says about the fairy tale, and I keep saying to you guys that I would say tens of millions of people fell for this bullshit in this book. This book is bullshit, guys. For entertainment purposes, this book is bullshit. It's a reinvention of the truth. Yeah? Okay. I understand at first Lisa Marie may have not completely understood, but the feeling had to be there. yeah, I'm not clearly sure what you mean, but I tell you what, at 3 years old, you don't understand nothing. At 3 years old, it's like, how can I say it? Obviously, my son is 4. Yeah, you put him with another kid, another adult, you give him toys, sweets, and chocolates, he will be completely happy. Yeah. Now, eventually, you know, as the day goes on, he will start missing mum. He'll start missing dad. He'll start crying for mum, crying for dad, and that would have happened. I do agree. Is that your point, Linda? Yes, she would have gone over to the new flat, the new apartment. It would have all been a bit exciting. Oh, look, we're going for a drive. We're going to see a new part, you know, stay in a new house, whatever it is. But, you know, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours later, she would have known. Is that what you mean with the feeling had to be there? Yes, I see your point. Yeah. Eventually, she would have been like, I miss daddy. I miss daddy. Yeah? Are we agreed on that? Oh, Blinky, thank you. Yes, and Nancy, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, Nancy, thank you for asking people to not talk about it. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Blinky, thanks for letting me know. Obviously, I get confused with the messages sometimes. Let's keep going. Ayisa, come on. You know that we love you. Right. Blinky, I must be behind. Talk about what? Okay. So, Nancy, are you referring to that you think Priscilla didn't really like Mike that much? I definitely think she just used him. Definitely, 100% she just used him. He was a stepping stone. Let's have a look. Rosalind. Hi, Rosalind. Hope you're well. Yeah, that footage should not be in Mike Stone's hands. In my eyes, he's stolen it. In my eyes, he's a thief and he's stolen it. And I know it's upset a lot of people. Many people don't think it's real, but I do think it's real. How many of you guys think it's real? It does look real to me, guys. Josie, Mike Stone was already married to a beautiful woman. Prissy even had the check to get the same haircut. And you know what? I've got this picture somewhere. Let's have a look. Let's see if it comes up. I'll just type in. And she seems lovely. Yeah, she does seem lovely. Francis Stone, Mike Stone. Let's see what comes up. Let's see what comes up, guys. And I've seen the picture where she copied Francis Stone's hairdo. I don't know if it's going to come up. I know we're a bit on the spot, so I don't think we're going to find it here. I'll just quickly go on Facebook, see if it's there. But there is a pattern here. Whichever woman was with the man that Priscilla was after, Priscilla would copy the hairstyle. Yeah? This is even in Child Bride, isn't it? In Child Bride, let me just get the book. In Child Bride, they're saying, because obviously they're in the book Child Bride is basically saying that Priscilla had a game plan to get Elvis, to trap Elvis, even though she'd only briefly met him for 6 months in Germany. That there was a game plan, and part of her game plan was to say that she was a sweet, innocent virgin, that she was very innocent, which is how men wanted their women in those days, the women that they may one day marry. And the way she would change how she dressed, her makeup, how she acted, she would portray herself as a sweet, innocent virgin to trap Elvis. This is basically what the book is saying, yeah? So I'll just show you that Elvis was infatuated with his co-star, Deborah Paget of Love Me Tender in 1956. So let's just get that as close as we can. So a beautiful girl, yeah? But obviously it wasn't to be. She did like him. They did like each other a lot, but it just never happened. Now, they say that Priscilla purposely changed her hair to try and get Elvis to fall for her using Cary Grant. Cary Grant, who supposedly introduce them. So look at the hair, guys. This is Priscilla. And she's changed her hair and it's all part of a plan to trap Elvis. This is what's in the book, Child Bride. Yeah? Anyway, let me just try and find that Francis Stone picture, see if it comes up on Facebook. So I have heard the whole change the hair thing to trap the man, and she has supposedly done it quite a few times. You know, this is just for entertainment purposes. Let's see if it comes up. Francis Stone and Mike Stone. Let's just see if it comes up. Unless any of you want to send it me. The funny thing is I've seen it so many times. I've literally seen it 1,000 times. No, I don't think it's going to come up. Can any of you quickly send it me? Let's just check. Okay, right. So Patty, right. Okay. It's all right, Patty. Patty Ann, are you on? Are you on? Let's have a look. 1 second, guys. Someone's messaged me to join the chat. Are you on, Patty Ann? Let me just. Let me just share the link to Patty. Right, so where are we?
It's hurtful.
Live, right. Okay, let's press share. That's on. No. There we go. Let's. Oh, it's not working. Sorry, guys. Right. Here we go. Found it. Let's share it. Share. Right, Patty. In case you're not on, I've just shared you the link. Okay. So I'm going to go to the. We got a Defending Elvis Presley. Fans Want the Truth. Facebook page. Please join the Defending Elvis Presley Facebook page, and we also have a 24-hour chat on there as well on Messenger that you can join. Now, just see if it's on there. Do any of you have that picture of Elvis? No, sorry, of Francis Stone. I know that she does like an interview, doesn't she? That forgives Priscilla. Francis Stone forgives Priscilla. Obviously, we've all seen this write-up, haven't we? I read this yesterday. Let's have a look. We've all seen the write-up and the pictures of the Elvis tapes, yeah? Now, I don't know how many of those tapes are of Elvis, yeah? He definitely should not own those tapes, yeah? No, I don't think it's going to be on there, guys. Let's have a look. If any of you have got it, just send it me. It's quite a short interview from Francis Stone. She does talk about her friendship that she had with Priscilla, because Priscilla befriended Francis Stone for a long time and was sleeping with Mike Stone secretly. Yeah. So this was a pre-planned thing, premeditated. Yeah. And I think it's disgusting that Priscilla went out of her way to trap someone else's husband, the wife, Francis, was pregnant and had a small 3-year-old girl. Now you think about it, you've really got to be a cold cucumber to literally make a beeline for a man and really like go out of your way to get him, Mike Stone, even though he has a pregnant wife and has a small girl, and they're married, and she's visiting Francis Stone. Francis Stone is cooking for her. They're going to karate tournaments, exhibitions. They're going out for dinner together. But secretly, all along, Priscilla is sleeping with her man. Come on, guys. That's as bad as it gets. Isn't that about as immoral as it gets? Don't forget, Priscilla is a married woman. She's with Elvis. She's got Lisa Marie, a daughter, 4 years old. I'm sorry, that is the ultimate betrayal. That is as bad as it gets. And Her only excuse is that there's a possibility that Elvis is unfaithful. But remember, Elvis had been faithful between 1966 December and up till the birth and just after the birth of Lisa Marie. Elvis had been faithful, had been loyal. He wanted to do the right thing. He wanted to do the right thing by the marriage because of his Christian upbringing. He wanted to be there for Lisa as a dad. But once Elvis found out that Priscilla had been unfaithful, a few months after Lisa was born, 10 months after the wedding, the very public wedding that went around the whole world, yeah, Elvis wasn't faithful. Once Elvis caught Priscilla being unfaithful, it was all over. It was all over. They had a fake marriage, yeah, which unfortunately led to all of this, didn't it? Led to all this Mike Stone. So everyone blames Elvis. Elvis wasn't to blame for all of this. Priscilla was to blame. Elvis was the victim. Elvis was the victim. Now remember, Priscilla, for years, when she moved over to Gracelands, when she was nearly 18, she knew when she moved over, Elvis lived like a single man. She wasn't his proper girlfriend. She wasn't his fiance. Yes, she moved over. There was a possibility that they may, you know, Elvis had made some promises. So there was a possibility that one day things could happen. One day Elvis would settle. But at the time, in 1962, 63, no way was Elvis ready to settle down with anybody. And Priscilla knew it. She knew it. She went and lived at Graceland with hope. Oh, maybe he'll change. Maybe one day he'll settle down. She accepted the circumstances they lived under. Yeah. Now, once Elvis committed in December 1966 to be faithful, to be loyal, to get engaged, to get married, to have a child, there was a different Elvis. He had thought, do you know what? Enough's enough. He was under a lot of pressure to do the right thing, to get married. We don't know what went on behind the scenes with Vernon, with Colonel Tom Parker, and with Priscilla's parents, but it's pretty obvious Elvis was almost forced to get married. I would say that, yeah, which is pretty uncomfortable, yeah. But ultimately, Elvis does do the right thing. He does go, do you know what? Enough's enough. I'm going to do the right thing, yeah. But his thanks for doing the right thing, for committing to the engagement, the marriage. Then they get pregnant very quickly. Lisa Marie's born very quickly. His thanks was that she was secretly seeing the dance instructor, Steve Peck, which she's put in her book, Elvis and Me, on page 262. She calls him Mark. Yeah. And she's sleeping with the dance instructor. Yeah. The guy who owned the dance studio. Remember, they'd only been married 10 months, and this was a very public marriage. The birth of Lisa Marie was very public, yeah. So it's about as humiliating as it gets, guys. Right. Let's keep going on the comments. So I can't find that picture, but if any of you send it me, I will show it, yeah. Or the interview, yeah. Let me just check no one sent it me. Yeah, if any of you send me that little interview, thank you, guys. I'll read it out. So Mike Stone was already married to a beautiful woman. Prissy even had and changed her hair. Very true. She definitely uses people. Yeah. So, okay, let's have a look. Yeah, so Linda says, Josie, Priscilla had to check to befriend that poor woman. Yeah, to steal her man. That's exactly what happened. And lucky Priscilla that Francis was very forgiving and fully forgave her. Just quickly mentioning Salvatore, thank you. Salvatore sent me a load of songs last night. Salvatore, I wish you well, my friend. Salvatore, we are thinking of you. Now, guys, give Salvatore a big hello. He's still a bit poorly, but Salvatore, I really appreciate you sending me the songs. Salvatore, we all love you. We send you love. Group hug for Salvatore because he's not well at the moment. Salvatore, you're going to get better, my friend. Thank you so much for posting the music. Right, Mystic Werewolf. Priscilla never looked Elvis. No, Priscilla never loved Elvis. She loved Elvis's fame, money, and she never loved him. Now, I think she may have been infatuated a bit, but there could have been a game plan, guys. This Child Bride book may be correct. One thing I do know, she's a cold cucumber. Yeah? Quite heartless. I really believe that. Yeah? I hate calling people names, but the stuff that she has done over the last 40, 50 years are quite cruel. Quite cruel. Not just to Elvis, to Lisa Marie as well, and even to Riley. Even recently, the way I feel that she stormed the stage at Grace Stan's book signing, Riley Keough's book signing. And that interview that Riley did with Fern Cotton in the UK, you must watch it, guys. I'm going to post it on my channel. We did a live stream on it yesterday. A beautiful interview. If any of you haven't seen it, please go and watch it. Fern Cotton interviewing Riley Keough. It is beautiful. Beautiful. We're gonna do a series on that because I want to break it all down and really go through it again. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, so Linda said she's always copying other people. I think that is her trick to get her man, isn't it? Now remember, guys, I always say this, I don't hate Priscilla. We are doing this for entertainment purposes only, but we will expose Priscilla's wrongdoing. We are not a hate channel, but we will expose Priscilla's wrongdoing. Yes, she did her voodoo dressing up like the man's idea, favorite woman, and Elvis, and she imitated Deborah Pad. Yeah. Let's keep going. Some new Elvis fans don't know all about the affairs. She needs the public to believe everything was Elvis's fault. Yeah, Linda, and that is the con, isn't it? The big con of this book, yeah, is exactly what Linda has just said. Even the interviews that were done from the 80s and up. The con is Priscilla is the victim, Elvis is the bad guy. It's always that. And the public have fallen for it. And Linda's right. The public don't know about all the different affairs that she's had. They don't know. They just feel, many of the public think, and this is how ridiculous it is, many of the public think that Elvis and Priscilla were still married when Elvis died. Seriously. Many of the public think that Elvis was the unfaithful one, not Priscilla, that Priscilla was a victim. Many of the public think that Priscilla was with Elvis at age 14. It's just bullshit. It is total bullshit, but they believe it. Many of the public think that Priscilla and Elvis were together from 14 till the day they split up 14 years later. It's just rubbish. It is not true. They didn't get together until she was nearly 18. Elvis didn't see her for 2 years. They had a brief meeting in Germany, no sex. And we're going to talk about that as well, because that's on one of the comments that Mike Stone mentions. Because even Mike Stone says, oh, you know, they got together at 14, blah, blah, blah. Well, we're going to comment on that. I'm going to play it again one more time, then we're going to comment on it. All right, okay. I'm staying on topic, guys. I'm going to stay on topic. Right. I know for a fact Priscilla made sure Anne Margaret wasn't mentioned in the movie. She was always, yes. And I will say this, Priscilla, when the minute Elvis died, she acted like every single girlfriend that Elvis has ever had didn't exist. That includes in the movies. Remember, Priscilla, for decades, was the boss of Graceland, the boss of Elvis Presley Enterprises. And a big part of what she wanted was the girlfriends, like it didn't exist. Like Elvis never had any other girlfriend. She even redecorated Graceland to back when Elvis was with Priscilla. She tried to erase any girlfriend, any future girlfriend, Linda Thompson, you name it, Ginger Alden, like they never happened. And she also tried to massively influence the funeral, the day of the funeral. We all know the story where only certain people were allowed on the aeroplane to the funeral. Yeah. She tried to rewrite history. She tried to repaint everything, a new version of everything that fitted her narrative, Priscilla's narrative. Yeah. And that's what this book that I keep bringing up did. And every interviewer in the world has followed this story, including Sofia Coppola with the new movie, but also I would say most biographies and documentaries and even movies and TV melodramas follow this stupid story that is bullshit. Absolute bullshit, in my opinion, guys. For entertainment purposes, Mike is, in my opinion, a weak man doing that to his wife and living off financially off her. Yeah. I have nothing good to say about Mike, and I'll tell you why. Because whenever I watch any of his interviews, it's all about excusing himself that he did nothing wrong. No apology. Nothing wrong, no apology. No apology to Francis, no apology to his daughter, who he probably doesn't even speak to. I don't know. No apology to the unborn child. I don't know if it was a boy or a girl. I have no idea. No apology to the disgusting behavior that went on between him and Priscilla, and no apology for the damage that Mike Stone did to that little girl, because he might not realize it, but going along with the relationship, so saying yes to Priscilla, even Mike Stone says it. We have to be held responsible for the consequences of our actions. We have to own it. He says it again and again in his interview. If you make a decision, right or wrong, you have to be held accountable, responsible for the ramifications of what then comes to pass. So the knock-on effect, the ripple effect of Priscilla and Mike Stone saying, we're going to bonk each other, we're going to shag each other. Mike Stone is saying, we have to be responsible for our own actions. Yeah, you do, Mike Stone. Take your own advice, right? But at least apologize for it. At least admit wrongdoing. Don't make excuses. Don't blame the law of attraction. This is what he uses. Everything must happen for a reason. Yeah? It's all about the universe and energy, vibrating energy. It's just bullshit, my friend. Now, I'm not against The Secret. I'm not against law of attraction. I understand that. I'm against you using it as an excuse to make it okay what you did. Talking about Priscilla like she felt she was in a prison. She didn't feel like she was in a prison. She wanted freedom so she could go out and shag men and make money and be famous and get spotlight and get attention. Yeah, she was very money, 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 men, career, acting, TV movies, promoting products. She wanted to be Elvis. This is what happened. She wasn't in a prison. She wanted to be Elvis. She was never going to be Elvis because she didn't have the talent. She didn't have the talent. She wasn't loved like Elvis, and she was never going to be. You do have the diehard Priscilla fans. They're very blinkered. The diehard Priscilla fans are very blinkered. Now, I don't mean that in a rude way. If you're a Priscilla fan, I'm not against you. But I will say this. If you're a Priscilla fan, you need to do more research. You need to find out the truth, because this is bullshit. This is a fake fairy tale. A fake fairy tale. Right, let's keep going on the comments, and I want to play those videos. Let's have a look. She doesn't bring him up because it reminds people that she left Elvis. Now, Karen, I'll tell you why I think she doesn't bring up the negative stuff. Yeah, I'm on about the negative stuff that affects her story. Priscilla has concocted a storyline. The storyline is she was 14. She was forced to move over. Elvis was constantly unfaithful. Almost forced to get married, forced to have a child very young, when the truth is she was 21. Elvis was abusive, a groomer, a controller, told her how to dress, act, walk, think, do her hair. Elvis was horribly unfaithful, taking drugs. Poor Priscilla, poor me, poor Priscilla. Eventually, she was forced to leave Elvis because she felt she was in a prison. That's the story. Anything outside of that story doesn't exist. Yeah, that's the story. It's all a bunch of lies. She loved her life in Graceland. She loved it. She went from living in Germany in a tiny little home, no money, to living in paradise. But her own selfish greed, her own selfish desires, money, spotlight, fame, attention, glamour, living in California, being a Hollywood person, the greed for that. Oh, I want to be like Elvis. I want to be admired and adored like Elvis. Oh, if I make everyone feel sorry for me, if I make everyone feel like I'm a victim and I was a prisoner in Graceland, I'll be able to do what I want, get what I want. And unfortunately, I think millions fell for it. Millions fell for it. And if you watch all the interviews through the 80s, you will see a so-called victim. She's playing out the story. Look what happened to me. Look what happened to me. I was only 14. I was took advantage of. I needed to find myself. You get it, guys? Everyone fell for it. It's bullshit. It is bullshit. So to your comment, she doesn't bring him up because it reminds people that she left Elvis. She doesn't bring him up because it doesn't fit her story. Her story. The victim. Yeah? Right, let's have a look. I think she still loves her. I think he still loves her. He needs the money. Do you know what? It's funny you say that, Sandra. When I was listening to the interview last night, I think last night and this morning I was listening to it. I thought he still likes her. He still likes her because he did say a few times, oh, you know, I'm not going to badmouth Priscilla, you know. I still respect her type rubbish, yeah? But then he goes on to say, oh, but she never talks about me. She never brings me up. So it does make me feel like I was used. You were used, mate. You were dropped like a rock. Right. I'd have a lot more respect for Mike Stone if he just apologized and admitted his wrongdoing to not just to Lisa, but also to his wife and his 2 kids. Then I'd respect you. Stop coming out with the bullshit excuses. Yes, Karen, she leaves Steve Peck and Mike Stone out of her book because that would mess up her Holy Virgin fairy tale. Yeah, that's it, Gio. Right, Linda, remember from 1962 to 1967, Priscilla could have left him to find herself 5 years. Why wait for the marriage? Linda, again, that's something that is said to me regularly. Priscilla acts like she has her timeline of everything. But it all could have been avoided if she just left him before. If Priscilla walked out in 1962, 3, 4, or 5, or 6, she had her freedom. No, she wouldn't do that because she wanted the marriage. She wanted the baby. She wanted the possibility of getting Elvis's money. She wanted to be Mrs. Presley. She wanted the Presley name. Yeah. So, she was on a mission. She was on a mission. And unfortunately, it bloody worked out. Unfortunately, everything she planned came true, worked out. I'm not on about with boyfriends now. I'm on about money-wise, fame-wise. She did get fame. It did open the Presley name that she gave up and then took back, did open doors for her to have acting roles like on Dallas. Yeah? There's no way she would have been on Dallas. Does anyone here think for a second she would have been on Dallas if she wasn't Presley? If she wasn't Priscilla Presley? No way would she have been on Dallas. No way. And the other, the movie franchise, I'm trying to remember what it was called. You know, the comedy movie franchise. I think they made 3 of them. She wouldn't have got that role if she wasn't Presley, Priscilla Presley. It's the name Presley that got her that TV role, even though she sold the name Presley to Bob Silliman. But I know, but obviously that was years later. Right, Prissy probably had a fling with Tom Jones. I've heard about this. It's very possible. And Jerry Schilling. Many of you don't like me to say it. It's possible she was seeing Jerry Schilling as well. And don't forget, we've also got the Stanley brothers, that situation as well, where she may have slept with one of them. Yeah? Right, so Binky, yes, Linda, if she was that unhappy, she should have left long before they married. Money is the only thing that Priscilla loves or loved. I agree. And I think she's the same now. And we can tell how she is now because of how she lives her life. It's all about personal appearances, making money, signing autographs for cash. People queue up to sign her or to get an autograph and pay money. And even after Lisa Marie died, it was all about promoting the Priscilla film with Sofia Coppola. And then it was about, finally, they've made a movie about me. I'm amazing. Look at me. Finally, I'm Elvis. No, the movie flopped. Promoting that film that Lisa Marie did not want made. There's even a possibility that there could have been a lawsuit about to be announced between Priscilla and Lisa Marie because of this film, Priscilla film, which is a pack of lies. The Priscilla film that Sofia Coppola made is a pack of lies. It's based on bullshit. It's based on this book. It should never have been made, and I'm so glad it flopped. Priscilla, you should be ashamed of yourself that that film was made. You knew your daughter did not want it made. She clearly said it portrayed her father in a bad light. Okay, I know a lot of this I've said before, guys, but we need to keep repeating it. We need to. Yeah, I've heard the Tom Jones rumor many times. I'm not sure, guys. I understand that a lot of you really, really wish that that Elvis got with Anne Margaret. I understand that. She's very, very popular. She's always spoke well of Elvis. You know, I like Anne Margaret, and she is very, very sort of popular. A lot of you dream that they could have married one day. I understand that. I completely understand that. Yes, Karen, I'm going to bring that up in a minute. That 1 minute video that I played you guys Mike Stone does try and go along with the narrative that Priscilla moved to Graceland age 14. So we're going to do that in a second, yeah? And you're right, that's exactly what he does. So we're obviously going to jump in and disagree with that because it's not true. She moved to Graceland nearly 18, yeah? Yeah, Elizabeth, we're gonna discuss it in a second. He's right, she had ambitions, but to say Elvis wouldn't allow it. I've never heard a story where Elvis prevented a woman from leaving him. That's a good point, actually. Yes, yes, and she didn't, oh, sorry. I agree, Deborah. Right, let's have a look. Right, let's just catch up with the comments. We're not in a rush, guys. It's okay. We've been going over an hour. We're okay. We're pretty just chilled. I'm going to warm my coffee up as usual. Yeah, and I've heard the whole thing about her being at the funeral and laughing. And yeah, I've heard it all. I've heard that story many times. Yeah, Naked Gun. That's it, Linda. That's, come on. She, even as ridiculous as that comedy series is, it was a bit funny, but come on, she wouldn't have got that movie role if it wasn't for being a Presley. We all know this. Every success that Priscilla has ever had was because of being with Elvis. Yeah, everything, even the stupid pantomime she did in the UK. She got it because she was a Presley. No other reason, because she was Elvis's ex. Well, a lot of people think Elvis's wife. Yeah. That's the unfortunate thing. The general public think they were married when he died. It's just crazy. Even this book, many people feel that Elvis had a say in this book. Elvis had no say in this book. He'd been dead for 7 to 8 years when this book was written. This book was written by one person's point of view, Priscilla's, no one else. No proof, just Priscilla's point of view. That's all it is. Let's have a look. Right, so hi, my name is Tony and watch you every day. Hi, Tony, how are you? I'm trying to join. It's not letting me. Do I need to invite to join? Love. Right, if you're on about the memberships, you should just click the join button on the membership and it'll take you through. But I've got your message. You're definitely here. I'm so pleased that you watch us every day. Welcome to Team Elvis, and just keep pushing, and eventually it will let you join. It's only $1 a month. It's nothing, but it means a lot to us. It does mean a lot to us. Now, once we get to 100 members, we're going to start doing some members live streams as well. Okay. Of course, I'm very grateful to all the members. Very, very grateful. And the subscribers. I'm very grateful to the subscribers as well. Very important to me. Jerry isn't so innocent, even he is the pastor. He is no man of cloth. Now, I just think this, that once Elvis died, it was in Jerry's interest to stay friends with Priscilla because there was a lot of money to be made. I do think Jerry genuinely loved Elvis. We know that Elvis bought him a home, but stuff went on in the late 60s and early 70s with Jerry and Priscilla. So it isn't straightforward. I know he's very popular, so I'm careful when I talk about Jerry. I don't dislike Jerry. I just think stuff went on that probably shouldn't have gone on. Yeah? But I don't know. I'm just a fan at home. The Priscilla movie, yeah, Mystic Werewolf. The Priscilla movie was an absolute joke. Ridiculous. Jacob Elordi looks stupid. Now, the girl that plays Priscilla is beautiful, but she didn't act, did she? She didn't talk. She just stood there and smiled. The storyline of the Priscilla movie, Sophia Coppola's movie, was just bullshit. It was just based on this crap. Yeah, so yeah. I think that she did try with Sonny, but Sonny told her, no. Well, Deborah, the interview I saw says that he did not deny that something happened. Did not deny. And I've played it. It's on my videos. I could play it now, but I think if we need to finish what we're doing here first, I think. James Burton. All right, the dogs enjoy that. James Burton said Anne Margaret was in the room. Elvis's body was for 4 hours straight and went out and came back in and sat with him. Yeah, I've read about this. Thanks, Josie. Deborah, she was taking things out of his bedroom when no one was watching. Yeah, and I heard about this. A lot of things were stolen from Elvis when he died by many people out of Gracelands. Yeah. I was watching Elvis and Anne Margaret duet song today, Tomorrow, Forever, and I cried so much. I understand, Pat. Right. So James was telling the truth. Didn't Prissy say that she was leaving Elvis when he was on tour? Yeah, quite a few guys have told me that she told him just about as he was going to go out on tour. No way, without the name, she really isn't anything anyone would have noticed without. She was a beautiful girl, but she was not destined for fame. She was not. It was meeting Presley, meeting Elvis that gave her fame. We all know this. The duties Tom Parker had cut out of the movie, the duets. All right, okay, the duets, right. I want to do some stuff about the movies. We're moving in that direction. I do want to cover the movies, and the Hollywood director's couch was no problem for Zilla. She always bonked her way to the top. Gio, you're right, mate. You're right. Bonked her way to the top. I don't think he cried about her leaving like they made out in the movie, but he cried when Anita would. Well, Josie, you have to understand that this was a public marriage. The whole world watched Priscilla and Elvis get married. The whole world watched the birth of Lisa Marie. So he was extremely embarrassed, humiliated, angry. So I'm sure that it was a horrible scene that probably went on for weeks. So I won't play it down. I think every emotion you can imagine hit Elvis like a brick. And so, this was a big deal. This was breaking up the family, breaking up Lisa Marie's mum and dad. The most important thing to Elvis was Lisa Marie. So it was a big deal. It was a big deal. Very embarrassing. The whole world watched this breakup. The whole world watched Mike Stone walking down the road with Lisa Marie and Priscilla, even kissing in public. So, I'm sure that Elvis went crazy. And every emotion you could imagine. So let's have a look. I mean, she should be ashamed of herself. So should Mike Stone. Yeah, I don't, Tony, I don't really know. I don't really know what to say. It should work. I don't really see why it won't work, and I've no idea. Maybe you've got, I don't understand. Maybe you have to register a credit card or something. I don't know. I actually have no idea. Keep trying, my friend. We welcome you aboard. Josie, Chrissy must have been on that casting couch a lot. Yes. Yeah, nothing's been meant. I wouldn't. I'll be honest with you. Bridget Cruz, unfortunately, did not come through for us. Did not send us the emails promised. So, don't know, guys. Don't know what to say. Gene, yep, definite. 100% Gene, yes. Elvis Presley and Anne Margaret hit it off big time. Had massive chemistry. 100%. But, we all have our favorites, don't we? I like June Junico. I like Anita Wood. Yeah, it's just we have different girlfriends that we imagine Elvis being with. I think Elvis in the 70s was very different than Elvis in the 60s. I think it's chalk and cheese. I think when you read, let me just get the two books. When you read, I really believe, there we go. I think there's a big difference between these two books. You've got Linda's book, which we are going through gradually. I think we're on chapter 4. You see a very different Elvis, I think, than this Elvis, which is a very innocent Elvis that his whole world is opening up for him. Yeah, it's all two different types of people. So the relationships that he had in the late 50s, the 60s, feel very different than the relationships with like Linda Thompson or Ginger Alden. It just feels different. Yeah. So, of course, with the medication, the prescribed medication, that had an effect on Elvis. In the mid 70s, Elvis is different, and I think the medication has something to do with it. Also, he's chronically unwell. He's very sick in the mid 70s. So this affects the way he was, I think. So I enjoy the Elvis in the late 50s and the 60s, the early 60s. I like that Elvis. The Elvis in the early 70s. I love Elvis in 1969, 1970, 71, 72. I love the way he is. He's very ambitious in the way that he's another comeback, the Vegas comeback. The early years, the confidence has all come back. But then when we get to the mid 70s, I don't like it. Right, let me just, I'm going to warm up this coffee again, guys. So, all right, little bugger. Right, come on then. Right, so, right, let's go. Come on then, you can come in here if you want. Come on then. Come on in here. Come on. Right, I'm sure the dog will want to come back in again. Yeah, my coffee's still going strong, guys. Eventually I'm going to get to the... I've got 3 clips to play, but I want to read your messages because we need to interact with each other. I need to get to say what your thoughts are, guys. And I think it's very important. Right. You know, as I said to Deborah the other day about the court case, you don't get a big court day where everything's decided. It's not like that. This is a very slow, gradual process. There'll be dozens of court days, and it could go on for years. It won't just suddenly all be dealt with in one day. It's not going to happen. Litigation is a complicated process. Right. In the Priscilla movie about Elvis, they made the actress silent and brought Elvis forward, made Elvis stand out as an aggressive man and that never smiles. As I look, yeah, I agree with that. It was a joke. The movie was a joke. Mystic Werewolf. They should release the director's cut of Viva Las Vegas. Tom Parker had so many scenes, a few songs cut out of that movie. Yeah, I'd love to see it. It is very sad. Tony Mando, it's very sad. Very, very sad. Lisa is, I actually think, yeah. I don't think Lisa ever recovered from being taken away from her father. Honestly, guys. Especially now that we're reading the book From Here to the Great Unknown. We see a different Lisa because we see... This book shows us just how close they really were. Elvis and Lisa were much closer than the public realized. And Lisa was affected by the loss of Elvis, you know, her whole life, every day for her whole life. Yeah. Could be she wanted to do a split live with Lou. Could be she wanted to do... Deborah, I don't understand that comment. I'm sure when the court is done, she will come on alive. You know, God, I tell you what, I've got some doubts now about the Bridget Cruise, that this person joining our lives. So I hope I'm wrong. But I've had nothing sent to me, and we were made promises that we would be emailed. So for me to be 100% happy that Bridget Cruz is credible on when she contacted us here and joined our chats, for me to be 100% believe that it definitely is her, Bridget, no offense, but for me to know that it was you that was speaking to us, I want an email from you. I want a message from you, because I've had nothing. So I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. His early girlfriend before his mother died knew that Elvis was after his mother died. They said he was changed. Yeah. Yeah, Elizabeth, he was different in the 70s. I'm on about the mid 70s, yeah? Donny Osmond said Elvis was the greatest entertainer that he ever saw, and he used to send them flowers. Yeah, Gene, I've done a lot of videos with Donny Osmond. I've done one recently, and yeah, he did. He definitely did. They'd arranged for a big steak dinner together. Elvis was very close to Donny's mum. So, yeah. And that's where Donny gets the jumpsuits from, yeah? Donny admits that he imitated Elvis with how they dressed. I think they used the same guy to make the jumpsuits. I think Elvis was different because his innocence was destroyed by people around him. Clearly, the environment was different, and there were more takers later on. 100%, Linda. I don't. Let's have a look. Oh, thanks, Deborah. Elvis, right, Linda, Elvis never recovered not being with Lisa. Both were ripped from each other. 100%. This is the biggest damage done by Priscilla. Yeah, Princess and Ella. They're very interesting. I'm going to take them for a walk soon. Prissy should have included a lot of his hissy fits in the movie, especially when they were on tour, because she wasn't the center of attention. She's the reason wives were banned. Right, okay. Oh, thanks, Mystic. Take care, Mystic Werewolf. Right, we've caught up. So now I want to try and play these comments. So we've got a little bit longer. I'm going to play these comments and I'm going to talk about them. The first one is only a minute long. I've already played it, but I'm going to play it one more time. I want to disagree with what he says. Yeah.
I mean, you do say in the book that she no longer.
Right. Now, remember, the thing he's going to say is that he brings up her age. Yeah. Now, I'm going to let him say it. It's only a minute. Mike Stone. Yeah. This is recent. This is like this year. It's not years old. Yeah. Mike Stone.
I mean, you do say in the book that she no longer enjoyed being Mrs. Elvis Presley. You know, the whole.
Yeah, it was not fun. You know, her initial, maybe when she was 14, of course, 14, Elvis, my God, you know, for a teenager like that, he's the whole world. So you can imagine going to paradise or going to his castle, going to Graceland, and you think at 14, being very naive, but maybe very ambitious, that, you know, this may be my ticket into who I want to become someday, not realizing that she could never be allowed to be that person. Elvis would not allow it.
Right. So a few things on that. Well, firstly, she was not 14. They were not together at 14. I don't know why Mike Stone is even talking in that way, because it's very clear. Mike Stone knows they were not together at 14. They briefly had a friendship in 1959 that could have lasted as long as 6 months. Elvis had many other girlfriends in Germany whilst he was stationed doing his serving his country. But then he does sort of say another thing where he's sort of agreeing with the book Child Bride. He's basically saying that she thought she could go over and live at Gracelands with Elvis and reap all the rewards that Elvis had. You know, the success, the fame, the adoration, the attention, the spotlight, movie star, actress, all that kind of stuff, model. He's sort of saying that her plan didn't work out because when she moved over, she was stifled in the way that Elvis wasn't going to let her become the rise of the phoenix. Is that what it is? Elvis wasn't going to let Priscilla go there and go, right, I want all the benefits that you have had because of your talent. Now, remember, Elvis, it's not that he stopped anything. It's that he had the talent. He was the singer. He was the movie star. It had nothing to do with Priscilla. Yeah. So Mike Stone is sort of saying that this is true, that there was a plan. There was a plan to take advantage of Elvis. I think I hear that in that. But the bit he gets wrong is she was not 14. They did not have a proper sexual relationship when he was 14. Elvis didn't see her for 2 years after they met. It was a brief meeting. But the public think they were together from 14 to, I think, 23, 24. Is that maybe a bit older? Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's actually older. I think 27. The public think they were together for 14 years. It's a joke. That marriage only lasted 10 months. 10 months. Okay, let's add 2 more years on until she meets Mike Stone. 3 years maximum. That marriage, and they were unhappy, and she and Priscilla for a year of it was secretly seeing Mike Stone. So there was no marriage, guys. They got engaged in 66. They were married by 67 in May. Lisa Marie was born 1st of February 68, and then it was all over because she was unfaithful. She was unfaithful. Yeah, so more bullshit. Louis, that was a good video story of Donny Osmond about Elvis jumpsuit and about, yeah, it was brilliant. I've done a few things. I'm a big fan of Donny Osmond, all of the Osmonds. I love all the Osmonds. Yeah, I agree. Priscilla, I think Pat is talking about that Priscilla fed Mike Stone a bunch of bullshit. I agree with that, Pat. Completely agree. He does think Mike Stone does think he knows it all. He loves the sound of his own voice, yeah. But a lot of what he says that comes out of his mouth is garbage. He thinks he's some guru. He's not a guru. He's not a guru. The way he lived his life, what I'm on about with Francis Stone, his 2 kids, with Priscilla, with Elvis, with Lisa, was absolute disgraceful. Disgraceful, and he should be ashamed of himself. Mike Stone, if you ever watch my videos, you should be ashamed of yourself, and you need to admit your wrongdoing. You need to apologize. It's disgusting how you behaved, and stop making excuses for it. Stop it. Maybe if you could admit your wrongdoing, then maybe some forgiveness will come your way. But instead, as long as you are being too proud to admit that you messed up and that how you treated Francis and your 2 kids was disgusting, until you admit that, I have no respect for you. I will have no respect for you. Let's have a look. Right, okay. So we've got 2 more clips. I want to play these because I've got to go soon. Now, I don't remember what's in these clips. I just know that I liked these clips, which is why I recorded them. I did some last night, some in the morning. So let's have a look. Oh, look, here we are. Rose, thank you, has sent me the picture of Rose. Thank you, Rose Finney. I know you're watching them, Rose. This is Francis Stone. Let me go a bit lower. This is Francis Stone, a beautiful lady. A beautiful lady. Beautiful lady. That woman was pregnant and had a 3-year-old girl when Mike Stone betrayed her, treated her like she was nothing, just so he could bonk and have sex with Priscilla. Priscilla and Mike Stone, you should both be ashamed of yourselves. That poor woman that Priscilla befriended, and she was secretly having sex with her husband for a year. Disgusting. Disgusting. Thank you, Rose. Right. So let's find the let's make sure none of you guys have sent me. Let's say thank you to Rose. Thank you, Rose. Right. Right. Let's find these clips. Okay, where are we? Let's find my clips. I store all these clips on my phone. I do, believe it or not, guys, I actually prepare for these videos. Sometimes I prepare for hours. Right, so we've done the first video clip.
You obviously,
Right, I don't know what this is going to say, but we'll play it and then we'll comment on it. Okay, guys?
know the answer to this question before I ask it, but I'm going to ask it anyway. There's no regrets about what happened between yourself and Priscilla, Lisa, and obviously ultimately Elvis.
No. I mean, it's, you know, when you make decisions, 3 things are going to happen. You're going to have results, outcomes, and consequences. And the consequences is the part that most human beings do not want to accept responsibility for. But when you make a choice, you're making a commitment. And the commitment is, I am responsible for the choices I made. 100% responsible. So that's it. It's very easy. There's no backstabbing. There's no pointing at other people. There's no blaming. There's no accusing. There's none of that. But yet, in truth, there is 98% of that in the world today for anyone that makes a choice that doesn't work out. So, I accepted responsibility for my choices and decisions with my family, with my ex-wife, with my children. I accepted that. I made the choice. I have to accept. That's all there is to it. You can't do anything about it. But now, when I think about, Lisa was just a child. So, we can exempt her from everything. She became truly a victim. And yet I say that, but I don't believe there are victims in life. I really don't. I'm of the belief that there's no such thing as victimhood. So you make choices, there's consequences, you accept them, you deal, and you move forward. That's my philosophy of life. So
I'll tell you what. Pat, I fully agree with you, by the way, but come on, guys. I'm going to play that again. Now, come on. Do you hear what he's saying? There's no such thing as a victim. We all know that the real victim in all of this was Lisa. Yeah? Was Lisa. Yeah? And the knock-on effect. Unbelievable. But the bullshit he comes out with. He basically says, if you accept what's happened, you accept responsibility, whatever it is, for your decisions, your actions, that makes everything okay. Yeah? I'm going to play it one more time because it literally is so ridiculous. Mike Stone, if you were watching now or if you're ever watching, that 1 minute, is it 1-2 minute clip? You dig your own hole. You bury yourself with those words. You basically say, because of this, it was okay what I did. No regrets. You clearly say, I don't regret it. You clearly say, this is why it's okay. Yeah, you should be ashamed of these words. And you wonder why we, the Elvis fans, around the world, think you're a complete idiot. A complete idiot. Right.
You obviously, I know the answer to this question before I ask it, but I'm going to ask it anyway. There's no regrets about what happened between yourself, Priscilla, Lisa, and obviously ultimately Elvis.
No. When you make decisions, three things are going to happen. You're going to have results, outcomes, and consequences. And the consequences is the part that most human beings do not want to accept responsibility for. But when you make a choice, you're making a commitment. And the commitment is, I am responsible for the choices I made. 100% responsible. So that's it. It's very easy. There's no backstabbing. There's no pointing at other people. There's no blaming. There's no accusing. There's none of that. But yet, in truth, there is 98% of that in the world today for anyone that makes a choice that doesn't work out. So, I accepted responsibility for my choices and decisions with my family, with my ex-wife, with my children. I accepted that. I made the choice. I have to accept. That's all there is to it. You can't do anything about it. But now, when I think about, Lisa was just a child. So, we can exempt her from everything. She became truly a victim. And yet I say that, but I don't believe there are victims in life. I really don't. I'm of the belief that there's no such thing as victimhood. So you make choices, there's consequences, you accept them, you deal, and you move forward. That's my philosophy of life. So,
oh God, I'm noting it down here because I just want to be able to comment on each thing. Now, the very last comment that he throws in, which horrifies me, that he says Lisa Marie was just a child, so there's no such thing as victimhood. And he says that because she was a child, she's not involved in, it didn't affect her at all. That's what he's saying. Oh, well, she was only 3 years old, so she wouldn't have been aware of what is going on. So what's the word? What's the word when you, so because she was a child, yeah, I have no, there's nothing bad can be said about what me and Priscilla did, because she was only a child. She didn't know what she was doing. She wasn't aware of everything. Does anyone for a second believe that? Does anyone for a second think that because Lisa Marie was 3 years old, that she was unaffected? Seriously, I'll ask that question now. Does anyone think that? Just for it's one of the most stupid things. Mike Stone, that is one of the most stupid things I've ever heard a grown person say, that a child is unaffected by what can happen at 3 years old because she's 3, when she's dragged away from her father, who she adored, her home where she loved living, and then she then has to go with her mother and live with a complete stranger. And you say there is no such thing as victimhood. I don't like calling people names. I don't. I hate it. I nearly swore. You're an idiot. You are an idiot, right? You should be ashamed of yourself. Just that 2-minute clip. You look and sound stupid. Come on. When we get older, I'm 57. Many of us here are in our 60s, 70s, and 80s. When you get older, you admit your wrongdoing, don't you? You look back on your life and go, oh, why did I do that? Oh, I messed up. That was wrong. I should never have done it. That's life. This man is probably in his 80s. He can't look back with regret. He can't look back and go, my poor wife, Frances, who was pregnant, my poor daughter, who he probably doesn't even speak to. It's disgusting. 2 kids, no regret. The damage that he did to Lisa Marie, no regret. No regret. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And then he tries to make the excuse. Let me just go back to those little comments I typed in. Right. So he then goes, he starts off by saying the results, outcomes, and consequences. So this is what he's saying, and he said it again and again. I've heard it on a few different interviews. He's basically saying if you make a decision, so Priscilla made the decision. I don't think she did make the decision. Priscilla was caught. She was caught being unfaithful secretly for a year behind Elvis's back. So then she makes the decision to go, to divorce, to demand a divorce. He then says, from that, you get outcomes. We know what the outcome is. Lisa is dragged into someone else's home, a complete stranger, away from her father, Elvis. And then it says consequences. The consequences of that is Lisa has to adjust to having a new dad, Mike Stone, to seeing her real dad less, to living in a completely different home, being dragged away from the home that she loves, Graceland. This is the consequences, yeah? Then you've got responsibility. So he's then saying that you have to take responsibility for the decisions you make and then live with the consequences. And then he uses that as an excuse to say everything's okay. That's what he's saying. He's saying if you accept the results, the outcomes, the consequences, the responsibility of your decisions, yeah, that there is no victimhood, and that Lisa Marie, it doesn't matter what Lisa Marie thought or how she felt or how she was affected, because she was only 3 years old, so she wouldn't understand anyway. A complete load of bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. You should be ashamed of yourself, and I don't know how you sleep. Mike Stone, even though it's 50 years later, I don't know how you sleep, and I say the same to Priscilla. Remember, I don't hate these people. I don't hate, but I got strong opinions. We are here to defend Elvis and the bloodline. Priscilla and Mike Stone, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be disgusted in your behavior. You both need to apologize 1,000,000 times in public. And yes, you should. Priscilla and Mike Stone, you should accept your responsibility for your disgusting decisions, how you treated people, and the results and outcomes and consequences of your massive mistakes that seriously harmed people, seriously harmed Lisa Marie. You really, really should be ashamed of yourself, both of you. I don't hate you. You need to publicly apologize. And Mike Stone, that book that you have brought out, and then you've used Priscilla's name, Lisa's name to sell that book, you should be ashamed of yourself. You brought out a book. I'm not sure where the interview is. I'm trying to find it. But in that interview, you do clearly say that you will not use the book to, you will not try and use the book. You will not use the name Lisa Marie and Priscilla to promote that book, but you clearly have. You clearly do. Yeah? And you can't write a book just about your own life. Let me see if I can get it here, guys. You can't write a book. Here we go. Instead of writing a book about Mike Stone, the karate champion, and his life, no, you have to use Priscilla and Lisa Marie. My Time with Priscilla and Lisa Marie Presley by Mike Stone. You even have a ridiculous thing at the top that says Elvis after divorce of the century. You even are plugging the divorce of the century. You're plugging it to sell your book. It's disgusting. Now look at this, guys. Elvis after the divorce of the century. Mike Stone, My Time with Priscilla and Lisa Marie Presley. You had to get the Presley name in there, didn't you? You had to get the Presley name in there. Look, Presley. Mike Stone, you know damn well. I really want Mike Stone to watch my videos. I really hope he does. He probably doesn't, but I really hope he does, because he should. I may be doing you a favor, my friend, because you need some remorse. So basically, even the book is covered in pictures of Lisa Marie smiling with Mike Stone, staring, happy, gazing into his eyes like she's in love. Then you've got this, you've got poor little Lisa who is smiling at Mike Stone. And the reason he's used that picture is because he's trying to give the impression that Lisa really liked him. Yeah. Now anyone can make my kid smile. You give my kid a sweet, he'll smile. Yeah. You give my kid attention, he will smile. That girl was ripped away from her father and her home by Priscilla and Mike Stone. That girl in her heart is not happy. She's not thinking, oh, look, my new daddy, Mike Stone, my new apartment, which is the size of a box. That girl in her heart is missing dad, missing Graceland. She loved living at Graceland. So you are using, don't forget, Lisa Marie has passed away. Yeah, you are using Lisa Marie to sell your book. You're using the name Presley to sell your book. You're using the words Elvis after the divorce of the century to sell your book. You know damn well your book without Priscilla and Lisa Marie Presley written on it and Elvis the divorce of the century written on it would not sell. Would not sell. I think you see yourself as a successful person, but no, my friend, no. A successful person doesn't act like this. A successful person isn't writing a book to make money at the age of 80 odd. Your life has been completely based after your karate career. Your life has been Elvis's wife's ex. Elvis's wife's ex. That's who you are. Forget the name Mike Stone. You are Elvis's wife's ex. And You keep bringing up Lisa Marie as if you had this special closeness, like father and daughter. No, you didn't. It was all in your imagination. You were not close with Lisa. She had to live with you because that's where mum lived. As soon as Priscilla got bored of you, she dropped you like a rock. You were insignificant. You were a zero to Priscilla. You were a nothing to Priscilla. Stop bringing up Lisa Marie as if you and her had a special friendship. You didn't. She was a kid. She was a child. Yeah? You dragged her away with Priscilla from her dad, from her home. That's what you did. Stop the bullshit. Now, that 2-minute clip I've just played disgusts me. Right. Come on, guys. Let's be honest. Let's not fall for the crap. Let's say the truth how it is. Bye, Linda. You take care, Linda. Thanks for joining us. Right, we're coming to the end now anyway, guys. I think I've got another clip, and then we're going to have to go. But, you know, quite a, how can I say it, guys? Quite a serious live stream. I wasn't going to do Mike Stone. I was going to do Mike Stone, but I was going to do it later. In the end, the passion was in me that I wanted to do it now. Right, let's see this one.
Well, I'm going to do that, but...
Right, let's play this clip. We are coming to the end, guys. I'm going to go for a run, do my weightlifting, walk the dogs, the usual stuff.
They'll find a way.
Well, obviously, I've had the privilege of reading this book before a lot of people, obviously, so as I could do this interview. And I would urge people to approach this book with an open mind. You know, if you're going to close your mind and say, I'm not going to buy that book, I'm not going to read it simply because Mike Stone did this, that, and the other to Elvis, then I think that would be the wrong approach.
Well, I think if they did take the time to read it, and the amount of money is a very small amount to find out what the truth is, and it may set the reader free. They may be caught up in a situation of being owned, so to speak, mentally. So maybe if they get a chance to read my opinion, my truth, and read about how I talk about both of them, maybe they will have a different opinion. And, you know, I don't care either way. I wrote it and I'm happy with it. So I just wanted to get it off my chest. It wasn't written to influence anybody else's way of thinking. The people that are haters are going to be haters until they die. So I don't want to, I'm not responsible for them. I can't change them. I don't want to have anything to do with them. That's their life.
Yeah, some people are just set in their ways, and that's it. Mike, thanks very, very much. As always, it's been a great, great pleasure. I'd like to thank you for taking...
Okay, I mean, he ends it by calling Elvis fans haters. Come on. We're exposing his wrongdoing. I think this live stream has broken down in great detail just how wrong Mike Stone is, and Priscilla, yeah? We're not haters. I don't hate Mike Stone. I'm disgusted with him. I don't hate him. I'm not a hateful type, but we are a defending Elvis channel as well as an Elvis channel. And we are going to expose the wrongdoing to Elvis, to Lisa Marie, and to the bloodline. Yeah. So I will break it down and I will humiliate you with your wrongdoing until you apologize and admit what you did was wrong, until you regret it. I don't think you're ever going to regret it. I don't think you're ever going to apologize, but I'll keep saying it with the hope that one day you and Priscilla do apologize. We want a public apology. Yeah. I will say this, the channel that done this interview, I think that it's called is Elvis the Ultimate Fan, who done the interview. I'm glad that the interview is out there, and it's an achievement that he managed to get that interview. But I will say this, I don't know the man's name, the YouTube channel's name. I don't know his name, but I will say this to you. You were much too nice to him. You were way too nice to him. And even the little comment at the end where he brings up the haters and says, oh, I can't change how haters feel. Well, you sort of agree with him, but we're not haters. We're not haters. We are very upset. We want to protect Elvis and Lisa and his bloodline. We want to expose the wrongdoing of Mike Stone and Priscilla and the damage that that did. Yeah? The serious mental damage that this did to Elvis and to Lisa. It's not about hate. I personally think you were way too nice to him. Way too nice. He didn't deserve it. He didn't deserve the respect you gave him. Yeah? I will say this. You've achieved a brilliant thing getting the interview. Yeah? It's great. But you were too nice to him. Remember, we are Elvis fans, which means we are Lisa Marie fans. I would have liked it if you were a bit more brutal with your questioning, a bit more honest, so we can get him to apologize. You took his bullshit. You took his bullshit. This is what I feel about that YouTube channel. You allowed his bullshit and you didn't disagree with his bullshit. You actually went along with some of it, which is disappointing, my friend. But I appreciate that you managed to scoop a very good interview. A very good interview. I'm just being honest as I can be. Yeah? Right. So is there another clip? Let's have a look. I'm just going to see if there's another clip. Right. I think there might be one more. If not, I'm going to read the rest of your comments and I'm going to go and be a dad and be a dog walker. Well, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. We've been on for 2 hours, yeah? 2 hours. How have we done 2 hours together? How have we, Team Elvis, taking care of business, done 2 hours? I thoroughly enjoyed it. Quite an emotional, serious.
You obviously, I know the answer to this question before I ask it, but I'm going to ask it anyway. There's no regrets.
Right, well, we've done the no regrets bit.
Or the consequences of their choices that they weren't willing to accept.
We've done that one.
Well, I don't know how they'll do that, but they'll find a way.
Well, obviously, I've had the privilege of reading this book before a lot of people.
Oh, no, we've read that one. No, that's it. Right, so that's it for that. Again, we are going to go through all the videos of Mike Stone, the recent ones. We are going to go through all of them. All of them. Not today, of course. I'm going to keep breaking down the wrongdoing of Mike Stone and Priscilla forever. Forever. Because the damage it did to Elvis and Lisa and the knock-on effect that even affects Riley and the twins, we have to keep exposing it. This is what we're going to do, guys. Right, that's right. Let me just, I haven't gone yet, Angel Eyes. I'm about to go, though. Let's have a look. So I want to read, let's have a look. So, Jimmy, are you new, Jimmy? Are you a new person? Welcome to Team Elvis. Lisa would have been better off if she stayed with the Presleys. I agree with that. 100% Elvis was a family guy. 100%. So, Jimmy, tell us about yourself quickly before we go. Are you an Elvis fan? Have you been on our show before? Where are you? What country are you in? Right, man. So Tony, man, I meant to say Mike Stone sounds like he might be a narcissist only, but he's sick. Yeah, he just sounds like a nasty piece of work, to be honest with you. But who knows? Well, thanks, guys. Thanks, Gio and Angel Eyes and Pat, Karen, Elizabeth, Tony, Jimmy, Josie. Just thanks to all of you. It's been quite a serious live stream, but I'm glad. I feel like I've got it out of my system because this was on my mind last night. I was watching all these videos. I had someone messaging me as well, asking me questions about Mike Stone, and it just made me think I'm going to rewatch that video, which I did. And, you know, all of you guys, Pat and Deborah and Jean, all of you, thank you, you know, Josie. I hope I haven't forgotten any of your names. Linda, Mystic Werewolf, just all of you guys. Thank you so much. I will do Angel Eyes. I will do. You're very kind to me. So, of course, if you like what I do, get us a coffee. hit the coffee button, hit the thanks button or the super thank you button on the YouTube channels. 100% we're trying to build up the members. When we get to 100, we're going to do some live streams for members only as well. So we're going to do an extra live stream for just members. It's only $1 a month. It's the tiniest amount of money. It's nothing. And you can cancel at any time. Please subscribe, guys. Please subscribe and like. I think we've had a brilliant live today. And of course, I'm coming back in a few hours and we're going to probably read. I think. Hi, Caroline. It's one of our new members. Hi, Caroline. So, guys, take care. Team Elvis, taking care of business. Thank you. I've really enjoyed this. Really enjoyed it. Thank you so much, guys. Take care, everyone.